I'm heading into the studio this morning, and you know it's one of my favorite places to be, and today, shooting jewelry. So last week, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did a short where I was showing one of the ways I use the reflectors, how I cut it and get it to stand on its own and kind of make this great fill card curved thing. And it got me thinking I should do a jewelry shot. I should do a little jewelry shoot. And so I don't think this is going to go anywhere other than my portfolio or maybe some Instagram promotional type things to just show that I can do small product in the studio and specifically shiny metal. But I thought it might make a neat little video here on YouTube and just show you guys how I handle shooting jewelry and specifically shiny metal. So I've set up the scrim, I've set up some reflectors, and gonna kind of walk you through what I do. Probably a simple video today, but kind of give you an idea of how I handle the lighting. So here's the entire setup. I've got the camera right here, obviously, on my OIP studio stand. I've got my studio strobes out. There's the power pack down there. I've only got one head going, so I think I've only got 50 watt seconds coming out of it. I've got a scrim set up on a C-stand arm at an angle, in nice and tight over the jewelry, and then just one light with a parabolic reflector on it, shining into the scrim. And where I position that light on the scrim is going to determine from the angle at which the camera is looking where that reflection on the black surface of the board is reflecting. So hope that makes sense. The angle of the light from this coming through the scrim hitting the background surface reflects to the camera, and so I can position that wherever I want on the scrim, which is nice because a softbox, you know, you're kind of set where it's at. But with just a scrim and with the parabolic back there by itself, I can move it wherever I need it to create the reflection that I want. Times I'll put it on self-timer because if my hand is here taking the picture, you can see a reflection of my hand in the jewelry. So if I put it on timer, I can get my hand out of there. And one of the things that I'm not thrilled with this is the background itself. It's got kind of a texture to it, and it's kind of neat, but it's not as smooth and pretty as I would have thought for fine jewelry. But it kind of works. But I really like this one necklace that my wife had. All this jewelry I stole from my wife. Let me see if I can show it to you. There you go. So I think I'm going to put up my wood background from my coffee shot the other day, reshoot it on that. I won't get the nice reflection on the background surface, but the jewelry will still look really cool. Let's do that. Okay, that should look really nice. And I did a short about this the other day. But one of the things I do with reflectors is I will cut them kind of in equal parts without cutting all the way through the foam core so that I can bend it. It makes a perfect fill card, especially for something like this. And it'll kind of hold itself. I don't have to lean it against anything. It'll stand up by itself. Makes a beautiful reflection on the shadow side of things. Perfect. Okay, on that last shot I did 3 exposures and held the white card up so that I could get good reflections in the necklace and both earrings because they were sitting at a little bit different angles and weren't catching the light just right. So we will simply marry those together all in Photoshop, and that should be a neat shot. All right guys, so that's a wrap. Here are the final images. I think they turned out really pretty good. I'm not unhappy with them at all. They're pretty simple, straightforward jewelry shots, and the trick to jewelry is, and kind of the trick to all product photography, is putting good reflections in the surface of your product. Now with shiny metal and, you know, glitzy jewelry, you know, that becomes very important and very obvious as to what you're reflecting into the surface. So the scrim, as you can see it over my shoulder, kind of blown out in this shot, but it just creates this nice, even, yet kind of gradated light source. It's bright and then it kind of draws, you know, to a darker gradation, and it just makes nice reflections in the surfaces of that jewelry. And then of course the fill card comes along and kind of wraps the edges. So neat little shoot, kind of fun. Of course I'll put it on Instagram and kind of promote myself, and we'll see where it goes. Maybe one of them will make the portfolio, which, as you know, is my website. That's kind of where I put the portfolio these days. So if you got questions or you have comments, leave them in the comment section. As always, if you haven't subscribed, think about it. I appreciate everybody who has. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And as always, if you give me a thumbs down, leave a comment and tell me why. What you would have liked to see or what should have been different. You know, I can't make these videos better if you don't tell me what you don't like. So whatever. All right. It's Friday. I'll probably have this thing up tomorrow, if not today. So it'll be weekend time when you see this. Have a great weekend, and going to give you one little sneak peek of what's coming up in videos in the future. So yeah, that's coming up. If you haven't heard about that, that's a new product. I just got it today, and we'll be playing with it and letting you know what I think about it. But have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in the next video.